Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Campbell. I am the founder and CEO of CTO.ai. We're a company based out of Vancouver, Canada, and our goal is to help companies implement great developer experiences. We focus a lot on how to make DevOps friendly for the average developer, and we provide tools that allow you to provide a custom experience on top of custom infrastructure. Today I'm going to talk to you about a tool that we're releasing in closed beta called the Ops CLI, and let's dive right into it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick look at the CLI, which you can install through our website. The CLI has a number of commands, but what we're going to start with is the sign-in command. This will allow me to sign in with my account, and once I'm signed in, I'll have access to the public registry. The public registry during closed beta is an area where anyone can publish a workflow automation and share it amongst all of the other closed beta users. And what will happen as we go into open beta is we'll make it so that companies and teams can create their own private namespaces. So now that I'm signed in here, I can just search the registry, and I can see here that there's this different ops. There's some hello world ops that my team members have generated, and there's this temperature op. This is generated by and published by someone named Kareem on our team, and Kareem is actually not a developer. We make it really easy so anyone can author these, and so if I just run this, what we should see is I haven't run it before, and I'm not even really sure what Kareem built here, but the system is smart enough to know that it's the first time I've run it, and it's going to synchronize the runtime from the CTO.ai registry to my local computer. We're using a container technology called Docker here, which should be pretty familiar to all developers. And once it's synchronized to my local computer, it'll actually execute the logic and tell me that it's 10.15 degrees in Vancouver. But run it the second time, we will see that it doesn't have to go to the network to synchronize. So now let's create our own op. Let's create an op called a demo, and what you'll see here is it's generated a bunch of files to get me started. So if I just go inside of the ops.yml file, this is the starting place for every op. We'll rename the op to my first op, the description to your first op. And what you'll see here is I can also define a network, flags, environment variables. I can bind it to my temp directory, and then here's the files that are going to be compiled into the runtime. Just for a little bit of context, let's open up the index.js file. And what you can see here is that we've included an SDK. You very simply define an asynchronous function, and what we'll do is we'll actually use the SDK to grab the current running user from the platform, say hi, and then give a demo of the actual SDK, which has a bunch of user interface elements that make it really easy to build a awesome command line experience. So if I just now build this up, what we'll do is we'll kick off the Docker runtime build. And this will take a few minutes to go through and install all the different dependencies that are defined within my Docker file. It's going to install the npm dependencies using the package.json. And once it's done, I'll be able to run it. So now it's verifying to make sure that the op has been built correctly. And I'll just run it here from my local computer. You can see here that these are the user interface elements. So we've got prompts for emails, passwords. We've got the ability to scroll and select, why no, auto completing. We've got date pickers, logging. This is the response from our platform for getting a user. We have spinners. We have the ability to show links in the terminal, tables, a number of different color options, and finally a progress bar. So once this is done building, or once this is done running, sorry, I will then ops publish it to the registry. Once it's published to the registry, anyone with access to this registry will be able to immediately execute it from their computer, the same way that I did with the temperature op. So now once it's published, we can just ops search, and we can say, let's search for first. And this will do is it'll limit it, and we'll find the op here. So if I now ops run my first op, it'll execute it again. And if I just simply remove all the images from my container, and run it again, it'll synchronize it down. So as you can see, this is a pretty simple tool for allowing you to automate workflows and share that with your team. It's currently in closed beta. It's free to try. Anyone can sign up for it on the website and get started. We're looking for people to try and give us feedback, and we've got about 30 different ops that we're going to build and publish. Different things like doing automations on top of Kubernetes, automations with GitLab, Jira, and GitHub. We'd love to hear from you, what kind of things that you think this could be used for. And if you're a company who is implementing workflow automations, if you're passionate about implementing a great developer experience on top of custom infrastructure, let us know. We'd love to talk to you. Thanks.